Hi everyone, this is Boogess Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Toys R Us exclusive Hydra 2-pack. So before we take a look at the Hydra Soldier, let's take a look at the Hydra Brute. So I'm just going to take him and set him to the side here. So I'm going to take a look at the accessories for him before we actually take a look at him. I should have said that. But this set has a lot of accessories. So first up, we get this normal head sculpt right here, which looks pretty good. This is just the Captain Marvel, or Captain Britain head, repainted. All of this set is reused. Like, there's not one new piece that's in the set, but that really doesn't bother me. He comes with this knife right here, which is a redo of Nuke's. And you can hold it perfectly. And you can also put it right here in this storage on his back. If I can get it in there. There. And I think that they should have, this is actually a repaint. And I don't think that it should have been this color. It should have been green like Nuke's. I think that would have just fit better, like, since they're Hydra soldiers. But as you can see, the only thing that's new on this figure is the collars. They just repainted it, the yellow and the green. That dark green right there. So he does come with two alternate heads, although this one is my favorite. He comes with this head right here, this first unmasked head, which looks really cool. It is also a repaint of Nuke. And if you stand them side by side, they look exactly the same with that head on them. I think that's why I don't really like this head on him, because then it looks exactly like Nuke. But looks pretty nice for the most part. He's got that scar on the left side of his face. Does make it look just a little different, but still looks like Nuke to me. And then my least favorite out of all the head sculpts here. There. Nope. This one is the hardest to get on, too. There. Doesn't really stay on, though. But there's this one, and, that head is kind of terrible, honestly. I mean, I think it would be good if it wasn't for these gigantic lips. They should have just left it flesh colored, because I don't think it would have been that noticeable. This is originally the Drax head. I think it might also be Luke Cage's head. But, this looks fine because his lips are the same color that his head is. But, man, this... I just don't like this head sculpt. It looks very weird. He has just really, really huge lips. And I can't get past that. And they're really pink, kind of like he's wearing lipstick, so... I mainly just like to keep him with this head sculpt on, the one that he came with. There. You actually hear this one snap in. And he also has two weapons here. He has this missile launcher, which we first saw with Drax, and then it was reused to the Vintage Wave Punisher. And like I said before, I'm not a fan of this missile launcher. This one is just painted, or cast in this kind of silverish color. At least it's not flat gray like most weapons. And he can hold it kind of like he's supposed to. There, yeah. And there's that. And the weapon that I keep on him is this one. This is originally Nuke's gun. It was originally silver and blue. It had a star right here. And he doesn't have any trigger fingers, so it looks kind of odd when you do have it in his hands. But for the most part, he can hold it, which is pretty good. So, like I said, there's really not too much that's new with this figure, except for the paint. Well, there's actually nothing new with this figure. They're just painted differently. The grenades right there, they could have a little more paint to them. And the shotgun shells right there. Maybe he should have the shotgun weapon then. Because I thought this was for one of the smaller figures. But maybe he's supposed to have the shotgun if he has the shotgun shells right there on his armor. He can't really hold it though because his hands are stretched out from these weapons. Kind of just does that. So I suppose you could probably just boil his hands and get them back to the way they were normally. Right there he has the Hydra logo. And that's just about it for this figure. It is repainted, but that's all. I think his knee pad should have been colored like a silverish too. That would have been cool. So now let's go over his articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head that can look all the way back and all the way down. He can move his head side to side. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out that far. Move out all the way. He's got swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist that can move side to side and up and down. He's got an ab crunch that can't really move back or forward because of this vest right here. If you took it off, you could probably get some more range of motion out of it. He's got swivel at the waist, ball-jointed hips that can actually do a split. He's got a good range of motion there. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He's got swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, swivel at the boot, swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So, if you have the Nuke figure, you kind of know what to expect from this figure. Let me get his gun in his hand here. Oops, dropped it. But, it's still a really good figure. I've been waiting months to get this 2-pack. And it seems like this 2-pack isn't as rare as it once was. Now that Toys R Us is closing down, they're releasing them everywhere now. I mean, mine only had one. I'd kind of like to get 3 to make all the combos possible with the alternate heads. I'll set them up there right now. But, yeah, this set isn't as rare as it used to be, which is a good thing. It honestly kind of makes me wonder, though, when Toys R Us was planning on releasing these, if they had so many and they're releasing them now. So now, before we take a look at the Hydra Soldier, let's take a look at the alternate heads that he comes with. So first up, here's his first head, which is basic. Now, this Hydra Soldier is a remold of the Bucky cap, and I think it's just a straight up re-release of the previous Hydra Soldier figure from the Mandroid wave. I think his colors might be a little bit darker, but the only new things are his accessories. But this head looks pretty good. It's got a little flesh tone right there underneath his eye, or his eyepiece right there. But if you kind of have it like back here, you really don't see it. Well, actually, I can still see it, but that's not the point. So for his alternate heads, his head comes off kind of hard. So I kind of like to just leave this one on there. So for his first alternate head, he comes with this kind of gas mask head. Oh, it's tough. Tough getting on there. There. And that actually looks pretty good. I didn't think I'd like it because all I saw was this shield head with the gas mask. I think I like it better on the Hydra Soldier, honestly. I never really liked this head for the shield agent, but I really like it like that. So that does look pretty cool. And then up next, he comes with this head. Again, these are pretty tough to get on there. And it doesn't really make a snapping noise, so you know that it's on there. And I really, really love this head sculpt. It's a repaint of the Udon Taskmaster head. And I think I like it better like this. I think that looks pretty menacing. He kind of looks like maybe a Hydra assassin. That's why I said I'd like to get 3 of these 2-packs so I could have all the combinations possible with this 2-pack. And army build a little bit. So that's really cool. And I'm going to put his normal head back on him here. But before I do, he comes with an alternate vest. And you can take his bandolier. Is that what it's called? I think it's called a bandolier. But you can take that off and put this vest on him. And I like it with this vest. It looks pretty cool. Now I think this might be new. I don't recall seeing any figures with this, but I could be wrong. It could just be a figure that I don't have. Oh, no, it's, Ultimate Captain America. Yeah, so even this is reuse. There. And where's there? There. Now, ow, my wrist cracked trying to put that back on. His belt is also removable, and sometimes it does fall off when you're trying to put that on there. So let's try and get that back on there. Let's see. Oh, it's caught. There. I might glue that down because I have had problems with that. Just glue the peg there in the belt. It'll still shift up and down, but that way it won't fall off there. So, I do like that. It looks pretty cool like that. And for his weapons, first up he comes with this really big railgun looking thing. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe it's a grenade launcher. But it's cast in basically the same color. And the barrel is removable right there. And even though it doesn't really look like it'd fit up in there, like it'd be really loose, I haven't had problems with it falling off. And he can hold it like this. And he actually has trigger fingers. It's kind of annoying to get it in there. Maybe you have to do that. Yeah. And then let's spin it around here to see if he can hold it in both hands. I knew that was going to happen now that I'm moving it around. I'm trying to see if he'll hold it in two hands, in both hands. Let's see. So yes, he can hold it, of course. He can hold it in both hands. It's just being picky with me because I'm actually reviewing it. And where did that go? Oh, there. I think this really big weapon, though, is kind of more suited to the Hydra root back here. Let's just take that out. And now it's falling out, of course. Maybe I need to put it in his hand and then put the barrel back in. There. Because he has the bigger hands and they won't stretch out when holding this weapon. Yeah, I think I'll do that. It's meant for the smaller soldier, but I think since it's so big, it's better with him. There. Yeah, that's better. And for the last accessory of this 2-pack, we get this shotgun. Now, this was seen with the Marvel Legends Punisher, and then with Scourge. I think that's the last time that we saw it. But he can't hold it perfectly in one hand, or in both hands. That looks pretty good. And the only other thing really on this figure is the Hydra symbol right there. That looks pretty nice. It's on each arm right there. And like I said, there's not a lot of detail. There's lots of pouches and belts and everything on the jacket and on the belt itself. There's pouches and stuff, and it doesn't have any paint detail to it. It's just cast in this yellow color. And that really doesn't bother me. Maybe it's just because I've wanted it for such a long time that I like it so much. I don't know. But it's still a pretty good figure. So now for his articulation, it's just the basic Marvel Legends articulation because he has this Bucky Cap body mold, which has been used since 2011 or 2012. I honestly think they should retire this body mold now because it's been used for just about every Marvel Legend of this build male characters. They've used it for just about all of them, so I think they should retire this body mold soon since we've seen it for just about every male figure that Hasbro's made, honestly. But the articulation is as you'd expect. He's got a ball-jointed head that can look back that far, can look down that far, can move his head side to side. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out very far. He's got swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist that can move side to side and up and down. He's got an ab crunch that can move down all the way, I can move back just a little bit with this vest on. It's got swiveled waist, ball jointed hips. I can move out that far. He can kick forward all the way and back just a little bit. He's got swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the shin. I suppose that's boot swivel, but it kind of just looks like all one piece to me. Like, it doesn't actually look like a boot since it's just painted this color. But he's got swivel at the shin / boot right there, swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So, the articulation on this one is to be expected. So now let's do some size comparisons. There. So here, both of the Hydra soldiers are. There. So there they are. Let me move these pieces to a side right here. Here they are next to their foe, Captain America. They've fought a lot of the Marvel superhero teams, but their main foe is Captain America. Here they are next to the original Hydra soldier. I had to dig through a lot of totes to find this. This is from the Brood Queen Build-A-Figure back in 2008, I want to say. It was a long time ago. But you can see how far Marvel Legends have come since then, because I've always felt this one was a little big. Like, his hands are really huge. And the knees, they're just single-jointed knees that really don't move that much. His ankles are just on a single swivel. People like to complain about DC Multiverse, but honestly, Marvel Legends from this time had the articulation of DC Multiverse. Like, he doesn't even have double-jointed elbows. He can't really even hold his gun the right way because of how it is right there. And I don't think I have him holding the right gun, but I couldn't find the original gun that he came with. So I put this one in his hand. And honestly, I think this might be like a dollar store weapon. Like, I got it from like a Dollar General pack or something like that. And normally these would look horrible with Marvel Legends, but it looks just about right because his hands are so big and humongous. So yeah, Marvel Legends have definitely came a long way since then. And finally, here they are, next to Madam Hydra. And she has a standing problem. So I'll just do that. They look pretty good together. Would have been nice if they could get the greens to match up with this one. But honestly, I'd kind of like to see a new version of her because this one isn't the greatest. Like, the head sculpt there, it's kind of ugly a little bit. But I do like the hair. The hair does look nice. But I would like to get a new one of Madam Hydra, especially since we have these packs where we can army build. So overall, I really love this set. And honestly, the possibilities are endless as to the variations you could make, because you could take the vest off of this one, and you could use the alternate heads. You could take the vest off of this one and use the alternate heads. Honestly, there are a lot of combinations you could make, and I'd like to get a couple more to make a few of those combos. But that's why I would highly recommend it, because Hasbro knew what they were doing with the army building sets, and I'm hoping maybe we'll get a Shield and AIM 2-pack sometime soon. With Toys R Us shutting down, maybe a Target exclusive, maybe a Walmart exclusive. But I'd like to see more of these army building 2-packs. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends Toys R Us exclusive Hydra 2-pack. So if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.